everyone, this is Ronan Blue, just taking my daily walk here in Hua Hin, Thailand. And today's topic would be on don't give up on financial independence. It's really easy to give up towards your process of getting to financial independence. It's really easy to do so, you know, because the mass majority of us, 99%, are comfortable with the world of being in debt. You know, spending away with the credit cards, creating money for nothing, and spending away on materialism that will later disappear in the longer term. You know, that's what's normal today in our society, especially with our spending habits. But for those who are not willing to give up, you know, who aren't willing to give up on financial independence, it depends on how much you really want it, right? I mean, there are those who have those six-figure incomes. It's much easier for them to achieve financial independence just because, well, they make more money. But for those who don't have that six-figure income, it's still very much possible to achieve financial independence. And it really depends on how badly you want it. Like, are you willing to scrub toilets? Or are you willing to have a side job of some sort? Are you willing to have some extra money coming in, like driving a car? Or waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning to do some kind of part-time job? Like, it really depends on how much you want to achieve financial independence. You have to really want it, right? And the thing with us, especially with me, over the years, the last 16 years, I keep losing track of the time, but I know that it took us 15 years to get to the point we are today. And it really all depends on how much you want it. And I definitely did want it. You know, I kept the course. And a decade of doing this, of being frugal and being a minimalist, is tough, you know? It isn't something that a lot of people do because they're accustomed to really spending money, right? And they're accustomed to spend on materialism. So that's essentially what our society wants us to do. You know, you look at the television, you see all those commercials, those advertisements, and our society always pushes us and tells us that we would be better people if we actually purchase the product that they're advertising. And it's really tough because your friends believe this, you know, your parents believe this, your family believes this, and it really becomes tough to really put aside that world of materialism and to see an alternative lifestyle. If you did want it bad enough, would you sacrifice having to buy materialism, put aside consumerism? So that is essentially probably the best route to get into financial independence, in having to save money and to just spend wisely, spend below your means. And there's people who actually have 2 jobs, 3 jobs. And it's crazy to think about because they're working so hard. Maybe you can imagine a world where you did stick with that discipline of budgeting and using certain tools to save you money over the years. And you yourself reach financial independence. It's not all in the imagination because we're definite examples of that, right? Because we follow these the philosophies of minimalism and frugality, we were able to achieve financial independence because of, you know, sticking with that, you know, sticking with. And that's another thing, a lot of people actually, you know, find one philosophy to follow, for example, in day trading or all these other types of ways to make money, side hustles, drop shipping, eBay, just a bunch of side hustles that could potentially make money. But the thing is, a lot of people, they just jump from one philosophy to the next, never really sticking to one thing, and they never get anywhere. But I can say for certainty that we have tried many different alternative paths, you know, to get to financial independence. And the easiest path was simply by spending below your means, you know. That was actually the easiest thing that was right in front of our faces. And you can just tell us that, you can tell me that I've just become a professional saver of some sort, which is true to a certain extent. But the difference is we invested as well, right? So it wasn't all about saving, it was also about investing in making sure that every dollar that we invest also grows some percentage of yield. So we made our investment contributions to, you know, a retirement fund and into dividends, selecting individual stocks with dividend yields, and then receiving certain benefits for just investing into the stock market, right? So that has to come hand in hand together. It's all about saving and investing and growing your wealth with the belief that you'll be able to spend more money in the future, right? So it's all about a little bit of delayed gratification, but it all becomes very much worth it today. And I'm really happy that both of us were able to combine our wits together over the years to achieve financial independence. So my advice to you is don't give up on that possibility of financial independence. You know, whatever path that you take, you got to make sure that you stick with that path. And if you stick with that path and are disciplined enough and you really want it, it's very much possible for you to achieve. And the younger you are, and you realize this at a younger age, you can totally take advantage of what's called compound interest. The earlier you are self-aware, the earlier you invest, the more interest you can get from simply investing into a stock portfolio and growing your wealth that way. You know, whatever money that you start off with, let's say $1,000 as an example, if the returns are like 6-7%, you can actually double that in 10 years. So you want to take a look at all of the possible investment vehicles out there. So the purpose isn't to become rich. The purpose is just to be able to pay your monthly expenses and to have a surplus at each one of those months, and then just simply reinvest the difference. So that's the whole philosophy. I mean, the part about investing does take a little bit of due diligence on your part, but the thing is, a lot of people are afraid of investing, right? And that's a big issue, because there's no real other place to put your money that has the returns that it does have over the stock market. You know, the yield I'm talking about. I mean, you can invest into rental property that brings back pretty good returns, but you want to be really sticking to one thing. If you're gonna pick one thing, or unless you're into diversification, which we are, we have rental property as well as our stock portfolio that's creating a pretty good dividend income return. But whatever you learn yourself, you got to stick with it and not to give up on financial independence. And also trying to achieve that goal of financial independence, the journey too is also beneficial for you as well, because let's say you only get halfway through, but you know, you lose your job or something like that, at least you'll have funds to be able to support yourself in order for you to find another job later in life. So even getting halfway to financial independence is really important as well. You know, it's a great journey to be on. But if you are on the journey of financial independence at this point in time, share it down in the comment section below. I like to hear what method you're on or using right now, or what your goals are in becoming financially independent. So I would very much like to hear what you're up to. Well, I think I have my vlog here today. Tell me what you think of the topic today in staying on the course of becoming financially independent in the comment section below. If you like this vlog, please don't forget to give me a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell for more of my coming content here. Thank you for watching my vlog. Be free, gain wealth, and travel far.